The news is still trying to make a story out of the Will Smith Chris Rock situation because, truth be told, they really do not have anything else to talk about. They talked about CV for 2 years, okay, day in and day out, right? And you could tell that after about a year or so of talking about CV, okay, you could tell that the news media was starting to get tired of it. It was starting to get boring. That's the reason why when George Floyd happened, they jumped on that and took a break from CV. So George Floyd happened. They forgot about CV, okay? Forgot about that. Started talking about George Floyd. They talked about that for a while. That died down. Then they switched back over to talking about CV, okay? And then at some point, the war in Ukraine, okay? So now that's the big story, or it was. Okay, now it's Will Smith and Chris Rock. And they are going to milk the udders off this story because there's nothing else for them to talk about. No other big story. The so-called war in Ukraine has gotten to be like really old and tired because there's really nothing else that they can tell us about it. I mean, nobody really knows what's going on. As far as I can tell, none of these news reporters, that are on TV, they're not over there in Ukraine, okay, reporting from the front lines. So they can't really tell us what's going on. They don't know. As far as we know, I mean, for all we know, okay, they're giving us secondhand, okay, secondhand, third hand, fourth hand, first foot, second foot, third foot information. Like, we don't even know who their sources are as far as the war is concerned, the so called war. I don't really see it as a war myself. To me, it just seems like it's more of a regional conflict that's been building up over time. And it will probably get worse. But is it a war? I wouldn't say so. Not as far as I can tell. I would say that it's a regional or a local conflict and that it's been going on off and on for some years now. But yeah, Will Smith, Chris Rock, the news is going to try to get everything it can out of it. It has interviewed other celebrities, gotten their viewpoints, like with Jim Carrey, okay, and other people. So they'll interview, I guess, as many celebrities as they can. Now they're talking to somebody who founded the Will Smith Foundation. So that's another person they're interviewing. And they have other like offshoots of the story. So they have all these different offshoots. For instance, 66 people filed FCC complaints. Okay, so that's an offshoot of the story. And I just wonder how many other offshoots will they manage to produce. Because to me, it looks like this story is going to get dragged on probably for a full week or two.